That was it? He didn't go in a helicopter? I thought he was going to like jump off the cliff or something. Maybe there's a hang glider nearby he was going to take. That was really boring. And cheap. Survivor's back in the Philippines this season, so are they losing money? Recession hit them late. But not me. I'm Toby Blackwell, and on behalf of the Buff Headwear Company, I would like to welcome you to my recaps of Survivor Blood vs. Water. I'm here to talk to you about the 10 couples that are out there, give you my first impressions, and talk about this 90-minute, jam-packed premiere episode. So let's start talking about a couple that involves one of the winners. Okay, so the first couple I'm going to talk about does include a winner, but not a winner of Survivor. No, this first couple is Kat and Hayden. Kat we know from Survivor One World. Hayden was the winner of Big Brother a few seasons ago. So I really like this couple. I think that they're both not the most intelligent people in the world, so they go together. You know, there's not one person way smarter than the other, by any stretch of the imagination. But they, both made it pretty far in their games. Kat made it, to the final 5, I think, and Hayden won. Granted, his game was Big Brother, so, who did he win against? A bunch of idiots. But I like them. I thought that Kat learned a lot in her season, and I always like that person that does that. And so I think that they're going to be in for a while. They're also both very likable, and I really hope that Colton does try to hit Kat in the face with an oar, because I think she'll whoop his ass. Another winner that is out there is Aris. And Aris, or Aris, or Aries, or Arabians, or Aryan, I don't know. He won Survivor or something, and I have no idea who it is. No idea. I don't even remember this season. His brother is more interesting. His name is Vitus, and he, 14 years ago, was arrested for robbing a woman in an ATM. He was a heroin addict, and now he's 14 years clean and sober. He's revealed this to tribe members, and he thinks that it's not going to be a problem because it was so long ago. I agree with him. He seems like a really cool guy. He's a yoga teacher, but not like annoying like Alyssa on Big Brother, but like a cool yoga teacher. And he seems to have centered himself and gotten it together. And a lot of this is him making amends with his brother. So yeah, Survivor, way to introduce us to deep family drama. I hope this doesn't go sour because that could be really, really, really uncomfortable. And then finally we have one of the most famous winners, Tina Wesson. And she's out there with her daughter, Katie. Tina won Survivor Australian Outback. She beat Colby. And she's great. Everyone loves Tina. But she was voted out first on her All-Star season she went on before. So she's been the winner and she's been the first voted out. So she's back for a little revenge. Katie is kind of boring. Didn't really make an impact except that she lost the puzzle bit to her mom. And was almost voted out. But another person was voted out. So that's the most interesting thing that she did in this episode. So I think that Tina is more interesting than her daughter. In the other two cases, I kind of think that the loved ones are more interesting than the returnees. So that's an interesting thing. A lot of times we love the favorites, and this time I kind of like the loved ones a little more. I think they're more interesting. Also, Tina, I don't remember being so country before. Her accent is really thick all of a sudden. She was like Paula Deen if Paula Deen didn't eat her own food and liked black people. So anyway, we have 3 winners there. None of them seem to be targets right away. So let's look at some of the other people who weren't so memorable during this first episode. So Tina and Katie are not the only mother-daughter pairing out on the island this time around. We also have Laura, whoever that is, and her daughter Sierra. And Sierra was notable this episode for revealing that she was a teen mother. She called herself a teen mom, and at one point I was like, really? Is she one of the teen moms? That's weird. Then I realized, no, she has too many clothes on and isn't into porn. I like Sierra. I just thought that it would be nice if her and Vitus both had been able to reveal their big secrets to someone besides Brad, who is no Dr. Phil. He was like, yeah, that must have been embarrassing for your mom. And I was like, please stop talking. Please. Anyway, Laura, I don't know who she is, but she's a mom. And I think that parent-child bond is so strong, and it's going to cause some interesting things to happen when people have to be voted out in that relationship. And Tina actually already mentioned that during that first meeting on the beach. So it'll be interesting to see how the moms do. It will be interesting or not interesting to see how Tyson and his longtime girlfriend Rachel will do. If First of all, what's his longtime girlfriend? So he's not going to commit? Like, what is that? So does she push over? I can't tell. The reason I can't tell is because I don't think she had any camera time at all. I do not know who this girl is. I only know her name because I looked it up. Tyson is just such a poser. It's like the end of Social Network. He's not a jackass, but he's just trying so hard to be. What is a jackass is whoever let him grow his hair out. It looks awful. What is that? It should be cut. Hopefully there was a cut in your hair challenge, and they'll be done with it. So Tyson, Rachel, they're there. Who knows? They'll probably go far because they're so boring. And that's really about it. So the next half of the couples all made some sort of impact this first episode. So let's start with, of course, the gays. Okay, so Colton is back. We all know I, as well as many millions of people, are no fan of Colton. But he's back with his fiancée, Caleb. Who the hell is going to get engaged to that friggin' fiend? Who? This guy must be just crazy and awful and into drama. And no, he's not. He's really cool. He seems really grounded and really down to earth, which is, begs the question, what the hell is going on? I don't know what that is. I don't know if he just has a thing where he likes to take care of people or fix people, or I don't know, or maybe Colton has his soul or something in some deal. I don't know. It's very interesting. I think Caleb's going to go far. He's really one of my favorite players. And Colton is, I don't know what's up with him. It looks like next week he's a jackass again. He was nice this episode. Colton sat at the fire and, revealed why he was so angry and stuff. And then someone sat on a chihuahua or something, because all of this yapping sound kept coming, and I realized it was him crying. I was like, that's how he cries? Ew. Careful, Caleb. Be careful. Well, any talk of Colton has to include talk of Monica. Colton actually was one of the people that blindsided Monica early on in Survivor One World, and she's very wary of him. She has a talk with him. He says, no, you don't have to worry about me. And then when he's crying, she consoles him and says, we haven't walked in his shoes. We shouldn't distrust him. And then at the end of that little interview goes, but it's Colton Cumbie. So we can't distrust him. Is that what you're saying? You just said not to. It looks like you are. Okay? I'm just saying. Two things. Yep. I'm with you, though. It is Colton Cumbie. But however, Monica, not for nothing, you're surrounded by a hot mess of men because your husband, former NFL player Brad Culpepper, he is going hard and strong over at the Tribe of Loved Ones. And he creates a 5-guy alliance, or as he calls it, 4 guys and a gay guy. So you're an ass, first of all, and secondly, just settle down. Luckily, everybody sees him for the joker that he is. John was great. He's like, oh, big surprise, the NFL guy wants his locker room together. So they're on to you. As is the rest of America, because when you try to explain how 4 from 5 equals out, what the heck? And you couldn't do it? That was amazing. Amazing. It is a sad, sad day when somebody makes Kat look like she's part of a really successful think tank. Our final 3 couples all include someone who is now on Redemption Island. First we have Rupert and Laura. Laura seems really bitter. Did you notice that? She's like, it's all about Rupert, Rupert, Rupert. She was very Jan Brady. She finally got voted out by her tribe immediately, and clearly, no one knows each other except Laura. You kind of know Laura because you keep seeing her every time Rupert's on this freaking show. This is his 4th time in the show. And I'm over Rupert. I've been over Rupert since the beginning. Also, apparently, many of the former survivors are over Rupert, so that's an interesting dynamic. So that might have bled over into their loved ones and could have led to this backlash against Laura. And this was why. Because Rupert does dumb stuff like he just did, where they say you can switch sides, you can switch places, and he immediately starts leaving without finding out what the rules are or anything. So now Rupert's on Redemption Island, and his wife, who's not as strong, doesn't have the experience, and doesn't know these people as well, is on this tribe with the 9 returnees. I mean, if she was so great, then let her fight her way back from Redemption Island. And if you get back, then you put a target on your back, you've pissed all these people off yet again, all because you need to be seen as some kind of protector and a martyr. When really all we see you as is a gross homeless person that needs a big makeover. The other person sent to Redemption Island right away was Candace. Candace mutinied at her very first season. People act like they don't know her, but she mutinied. Two people mutinied, her and Penner. Okay, everyone knows Penner, and everybody knows Candace because Penner keeps talking about how he followed Candace. You people know her, don't lie. I really, really, really like her husband John. He is not only super attractive, but he just seems like a really good guy. And he teared up twice when talking about the decision he had to make. And he seems real genuine. I like him. I like him and Caleb the best. And both of them, conveniently enough, are the ones you talked about, Brad, saying, yeah, we'll join your alliance, but we're on to you. So I really like those two. I hope that they get together and make something happen in this game. And our final couple involves Jervis. Jervis is from Season 1. And as he said, he believes that's probably the longest layoff, in Survivor history. Really, you think from the first episode to the current episode is the longest layoff? Wow, the math skills in that family. Honestly. So Jervis was known for being lazy, and now he's going to be known for being a jackass and a bad sport. Because after this challenge, in which he nearly drowned, and Aris had to friggin' swim him like you do when you learn how to rescue people in lifeguarding school to the rowboat, all of a sudden after that, almost making them lose the challenge, and then after they win through no help of him, and actually despite him, he goes to yell, yeah, don't let them fool you! Don't let them fool you! What is that? What is that? What? They're not letting anything fool them. You're awful. They're not fooled. We're not fooled. And because of that, his niece, Marissa, was sent home. It was supposed to be Katie, Tina's daughter, but in the end, clearly because Marissa was not a problem. Remember, Marissa was strong, Marissa had good spirit, and she actually was against what her uncle was doing as well. But it clearly was a vindictive thing. So that just lets you know, this time we're playing the game this season. Like, you do something and your loved one can suffer. Rupert proved it. Jervis proved it. Marissa's withering stare at the tribe chow when she gave him that look when she took her torch, that was amazing. Amazing. Better than any look that Ken from Project Runway has tried to pull this season. Marissa got them. They were all uncomfortable. They were like, ooh. So good. So we'll see what happens if she makes it through and returns back to her tribe, because she's clearly not pleased. Well, Survivor buffs, that's our premiere episode of Survivor Blood vs. Water. Jeff did a great job this episode as always, and he delivered a lot of information, because this season has a ton of twists. This season is like more twisty and confusing than James Franco's acting career. But unlike that, I'm actually interested in this season. So we will be back next week to talk about some of those twists, see how the first Redemption Island duel goes, or trio, what's it when three people do it? Who knows? And talk about just whatever else has gone on, and see if the returnees have gotten a little more interesting, because right now, like I said, I'm loving the loved ones. Well, Survivor Buffs, that's all I've got for now. Thank you so much on behalf of the Buff Headwear Company for joining me for this recap of the first episode of Survivor Blood vs. Water. I hope you stick with me all season. Don't forget Survivor's on every Wednesday at 8. The next day I will be posting my written recap on the Buff website, and 1 or 2 days later check my YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to please, or the Buff website for my video recap. From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie... The new set confused me. I'm Toby Blackwell. Have a great week and make good choices.
Exactly what it wants to do. Boy, you know it's true. We're family. We're family. We're